do I need this?
Yep.
Good morning. Good morning. Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, can everyone hear me all right? Good morning. Thanks for joining us at Coffee Chats today. Raquel is going to be here a little bit later this morning, so she asked me to stand in for her. She had a couple of things to talk about with everybody. Let's see. First of all, the first excursion this week is to the Arboretum. Or is it next week? It's this week. Okay, it's to the Arboretum. And she said she will call if spots become available for the people that are on the wait list to go on the trip. So at this point, it looks like it's a full group, which sounds like it's going to be really fun, and there is a waiting list, so she'll call anybody if there are any cancellations by any individuals. Next order of business, if you haven't paid her for the other excursions, you have until tomorrow evening. Otherwise, it sounds like she's going to remove people from the list. That means that they're not committed enough to want to go. And she says she has to pay for the Twins game by the 1st, or we won't be able to get a ticket. So just make sure that if you're taking advantage of any of the excursions, that you go ahead and pay for those so that you have a spot on the van. Number 3, the yard games today are going to be weather dependent. It's supposed to get better a little bit later today, so we'll see what happens. And hopefully it gets nice and sunny, and you can do that. The last thing she has listed here is the movie on Friday night is Driving Miss Daisy. So that's all I've really got. It's kind of strange. I have only been down here one time since we've been doing this live. It's kind of nice to see everybody back in action again here and down in the atrium. I love seeing that it's full. I'm trying to think if there's any marketing things that I want to talk about. We still have apartments available, and we've got so many different floor plans, and the good news is we've kind of got a good variety available. We've got some 1-bedrooms, some 2-bedrooms, and even some 2-bedrooms with a den, 1-bedrooms with a den, a good variety. So if you know of anybody who might be looking, now might be a good time. And again, keep in mind our $1,000 resident referral program. That's pretty sweet. And I think that's probably about it. You know what? Does anybody have any marketing questions? All right. Then I will turn this over to Jeff.
All right. Thank you, Paula.
You bet.
And thank you for working as hard as you have been lately. Has everyone seen her running around with all these different people?
Yep.
Keep them coming. Okay, here's your puzzle today. This is the Ridge Point water bottle that we're giving away. Not to you folks. I'll give this one away. Has everyone got one of these?
They should. If not, let me know.
Mine melted.
Yours melted? No, she was snuffing her cigarettes out in a minute. Or medicinal marijuana, I'm not sure. Why are they this size? Why are they not bigger? Huh? Barbara, you're thinking like me. Barbara said they're more expensive if they were higher. No, Paula bought these, so no expense was spared. This is what, I heard this story and I thought it was very cool. She searched long and hard for water bottles. She wanted one that would fit in our water dispenser over in the coffee area. Isn't that cool?
Are you each going to get one?
No, you're not each going to get one, Jean. When did we give them away?
Well, people get them when they move in.
People get them when they move
If
in.
you need one,
I only brought this out for a puzzle. I did not bring this out to start a groundswell of people wanting this and hearing Lois complain about hers melting. I just want to say, do not microwave. Hand wash only. Lois always has been a rule breaker. Okay, a few things that I wanted to talk about. I see Jillian here. Hi, Jillian. Jillian's going to record an exercise class after this. So, Jillian's our exercise instructor. We love the direction that our exercise program is going, and Jillian, we love you. Thank you. Yes. And so, look for Jillian's exercise classes on TV coming up. I've been reminded by Pat, Jessica, Patty, please bring your carts down when you're through using them. We're constantly short of carts. I think things, an indication that things are getting back to normal is that we're starting to threaten people that if they don't pay, they're getting kicked off the excursion. So that's a good thing. I did want to talk about one thing on a serious matter here, and Ridge Point is independent living, and it's our nature as humans to want to help other humans, okay? And certainly as neighbors, we want to help other neighbors. But there comes a time when it's not healthy for us to help some of our neighbors, because let's face it, sometimes our neighbors need more help than we're capable of giving. And two, it's not expected of you. And so what I want everyone to know is, yep, help your neighbors, but don't be taken advantage of. And that is not a wonderful topic to talk about. And if you need help, you know, you may have to pay for it. You may have to get some outside people in. You may have to recruit your family to come in. I implore you not to depend on your neighbors. It's just not fair to your neighbors, and we want people to feel like they can come and go as they please and not be dependent on taking care of a neighbor that can't take care of themselves. Carol.
Do you intend to get another agency office here in the building?
Okay. Carol asked the question, do we intend to get another agency here in the building? The answer to that is no. As we stand here today, the answer is no. And the reason why it's no is we didn't have enough control over that agency, and we didn't like some of the directions and some of the things that had happened. So, but just because we don't have an agency here, you are all welcome to have, for those of you that don't know, we had a home health care agency that was officing out of the office down here. Anyone can bring in home health care. You can contract with whoever you want. We're not going to stand in your way on that. Is that clear with everyone? Is that okay? Anything else on that subject? Pat, did you need something?
I was going to let you know Marco is here.
Okay, thank you. All right. One thing that we neglected to do was wish everybody a happy birthday that had a birthday in June or an anniversary. Let's start with the anniversaries. Marvin Irene Koski, June 11th. Here we go. Bruce and Jan Benson, June 15th. Should we say, let's hold our applause till we're done reading the list? Where did they do that? You can clap as we go. Don and Pat Eckenrode on the 16th. Dennis and Kay Sirkvenik on the 18th. Marty and Kay Harris on the 18th. Kay, what day of the week were you married on? Okay, because it's interesting, you're both on the 18th, 1 year apart. So one of them didn't get married on Saturday. And Kay got married on a Sunday, okay. Was that common?
No. It was Father's Day.
Father's Day weekend. So your Father's Day present to your dad was to ask for a big dowry for Marty. Good job. And today, Bruce and Mary Forstein. All right, let's get to birthdays. And here we should hold applause because there's a number of them. On the first, Mary Andreessen and Roz Strimling. Mary Forstein is our first double dipper. She had an anniversary today, and her birthday was June 2nd. Same as my sister. Monty Lovig, June 3rd. Linda Champagne, Mary Germsta, Amelia Jersick, all June 4th. Marge Dirtback, June 5th. Shirley Whitkin, the 10th. Diane Achterkirk and Betty Edmondson, Lois Hyde, Don Knott, and Marion Oakes were all on June 12th. Let's go back 9 months before June 12th and see what that was. Roger Parks on the 13th, Marianne Lisk on the 16th, Gloria Gold, God love her, on the 17th. We lost Gloria over the weekend. What a presence she was at Ridgepoint. And what a, yes. More than anyone, I think Gloria worked so hard to get our Jewish group and our Gentile group or non-Jewish group together and having fun and seeing people for who they were, and God love her and rest in peace, Gloria. The 18th, Mary Sue Barniscus, Kathy Bessie, Margie Miller, Art Scherber, all on the 18th. On the 20th, Harry Larson. On the 25th, Anita Siegel. And on the 26th, Paul Anderson. So, Jillian, if you would stand up and sing happy birthday to everyone, we would appreciate that. Barbara?
Yes, the 4th of July, get-together is on the 4th of July, not the 5th of July. The 4th of July, and can some of you come in and help set up at, we're starting at 5 and about 1:45. It'd be really nice. Thank you.
That was Barbara Bunt. Those of you that are watching aren't going to hear the rambling that was going on with her. Basically what she did was she interrupted my birthdays. So let's sing happy birthday, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. And I wanted to remind everybody, on the 4th of July, we're going to have a potluck.
Say it again.
Barbara, do you want to talk about the part? Repeat what you said earlier, and then I'll repeat it for those on TV.
Okay, that's right. That the potluck is on the 4th of July, not the 5th of July. It's on the 4th of July. And if we could have some people come in and help at it, we're on the 4:45, that we'll have tablecloths out and turn on the grill, things like that. We'd really appreciate it.
Okay, Barbara, where is that going to be?
It's in Marion Hall.
Marion Hall, we need help about 4:45.
5, it starts, runs from about 5 onwards. And you bring your own meat, things like that to grill, and a potluck dish. And I know everyone here knows about potluck.
So you bring your own meat and a dish. And utensils. Yep.
And serving.
And beverage.
And serving utensils. And beverage. I mean, I feel like a parrot could do my job today. All I'm doing is repeating what you folks are saying.
That's all right, I got a little bit for you.
Okay, very good. Then also on July 5th, right out here, we're gonna have a picnic. So on the 4th, it's a resident potluck. On the 5th, it's, and I'm sorry, Paula, do you know what, is it grilled burgers? Does anyone know what we're having that day? Brats? All right. Very good. Does anyone have anything else they want to add or talk about?
I do.
Lowell.
I have a question here.
Yep.
We were at the dining room last night,
Yep.
and prior to the pandemic, when we sat down at the table, there was a short menu and with pencils and so on, where we put our name and our apartment number and so on, and then we made choices what kind of a beverage we wanted, and if we wanted a soup or a salad, or if we wanted ice cream for dessert and so on. Those things are not there anymore. Is there a reason for that?
That goes pre-pandemic in the dining room. I'll repeat it and make sure I say it right. In the dining room, there was a order form for the most part on each table, and you could inform the servers what your starter was and what you wanted for dessert and that type of thing, correct?
Right.
And now that hasn't been there since we started back up. That originally, when we started back up, we wanted as little contact as possible with the wait staff, so we weren't doing any options on that stuff. Well, where we're at today, we can certainly do those options, and I'll talk to the folks about getting some ice cream so that we can have either salad or tomato juice or cottage cheese, all that type of thing. Thank you, Lowell. So the reason why it hasn't been in place is we started after the pandemic and we haven't changed gears since we started back up.
I have a second thing.
Yeah.
These are some observations from our dinner last night.
If you would share those with me afterwards, Lowell, I'd appreciate that. Yeah.
So I noticed Linda's here in the back, and I've had friends that have come by from outside the building, they don't live here, and they've been remarking how beautiful the grounds look and how clean and neat the lobbies are. Thank you, Linda.
What I would suggest, Barbara is saying how good the grounds and everything look. To temper your guests' enthusiasm, take them over to the west side of the west building where all the dead trees are. We spent 2 hours talking about that 2 weeks ago. That is on the list though. I saw Ruth Weber, did you have something?
No, I wanted to know what we're talking about.
Are you up to speed now? Okay. Oh, Cliff.
Do we expect to move the TED Talks back to the, where they used to be?
The question is, do we expect to move TED Talks back to the West Party Room, I'm assuming? Right. Was there discussion after the TED Talks before? Quite often? I don't see why not. Right? And I think the TV is kind of spoon feeding a little much. How many of you watch Coffee Chats after you've been here live? Or if you haven't been coming to coffee chats, do you watch it on TV?
Yeah, get it sometimes.
If you do watch, raise your hand. Okay. Would you like more stuff on channel 991?
Yes. Yes.
Would you be interested in participating on what goes on there? I'm serious. I think we could have you folks take your cell phones and record things and use your creativity, make stuff up, have some fun, and we can get the videos on there, and I think that would be really, really cool. Gladys.
On our TV, and it might be the same on Clips, it blanks out, and we get this message that says, whatever. So no matter what we watch at 991, periodically it's going to go up.
Yep.
And I don't know what the solution is. We have talked to Comcast, we've talked to you, and it still does the same thing.
And that's not uncommon. Gladys is saying that her 991, it's just not reliable. And the things that I think I know, if you're watching on a TV that has a small adapter box, not the large one, sometimes it helps to reset that adapter box, i.e. unplug it, plug it back in, get it started. Call the front desk. If that doesn't work, call the front desk and we can reset. There's a machine that we can reset that will hopefully correct it. The other thing is we're not NBC, we're not Care 11. If it's Tuesday at 3 o'clock and you want to watch last week's Coffee Chat, call the front desk. We can play it for you. Okay?
Jeff, also the old big box fails like that. The new big box, I think, is better.
The old big box fails. There is, oh boy.
I get no volume also.
Huh?
I never get volume. I'm 3 levels.
Okay. The volume problem. What kind of TV do you have, Cliff?
Vizio on it.
Okay. If you've got a volume problem, turn up the volume on your TV remote. Now here's a couple terms. There's a TV remote and a cable remote. The TV remote is going to be the same brand as your TV. So Cliff has a Vizio TV. Turn the volume up on that. That might solve your problem. Now, when you switch off of 991, the volume might knock you out of your chair, but try both volumes. The cable volume, meaning the Xfinity remote, or the TV manufacturer remote.
I got another question.
Yeah. How much coffee you have today, Cliff? You're asking lots of questions.
No.
Okay.
Each building has bingo, has the movie, has exercise class. Is there any reason why we can't get the bathroom that's attached to it activated? It's a fur piece down to the other end down by the road room.
The question is, we've got Marion Hall that we use for all kinds of activities. There is a bathroom in that storage closet that Cliff wants to use.
Make it unisex.
I don't know. We can consider that. I mean,
Well, it let me attend, I'm only one. I would be comfortable with attending.
how does everyone feel about that? In favor? Because we've got all kinds of things stored in there. There's chairs, there's tables, there's...
It's not a restaurant, it's a storage room.
Right, it's a storage room, not a restroom. What do you think?
Probably won't be all the way out.
What if we opened up the art room?
I don't even know where they're.
There's 2 bathrooms in there. We need to, there's 2 bathrooms in there, but we would need to run that by the artists because they have stuff in there.
Well, we may get better attendance at some of that.
I hope the fact that a bathroom is not close enough to the room doesn't affect attendance. Right.
The guest room is close to there.
The guest room is a storage room. Oh, the other guest room.
Guest,
For guests.
That's for guests. That's why we name these rooms. Guest rooms, storage rooms, art rooms. It'll be art room / restroom. Cliff, that's a very good point. And here again, we do things the same over and over. And unless we ask those questions, we don't improve. So we'll talk at our meeting tomorrow morning and we'll try to figure out, or Friday, or sometime soon. Paula knows what I'm talking about. I'm not here tomorrow. She's not here Friday. So, oh, no coffee chats next week. Don't you all clap at once. Anything else? All right. This guy hears a knock at his door, and he goes out. It's late at night, and he looks down, and there's a snail sitting on his welcome rug. So he reaches down, and he picks up that snail, and he throws it out in the yard. Doesn't think anything of it. 2 weeks later, doorbell rings again. He goes, opens the door, looks down, sees the snail down there. Picks it up, snail goes, "What the hell was that all about?" It took the snail 2 weeks to get back to the door to ask him what happened. That was the punchline.
I think you should wipe that one off.
We're not going to erase anything. I've never told a bad joke. How does a mountain call his son?
Oh, say again?
How does a mountain call his son? This is courtesy of Red Skeleton. Hey, Cliff.
Drop over sometime.
Yeah. I belong on stage. The next one leaves in 20 minutes. Make sure I'm on it. Have a good week, everybody.